Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the first video of x86 language. In this video we are going to discuss about introduction to x86 language. So in this course contents, these are the contents that I am going to cover in this x86 language. So first topic is basic structure of x86 architecture. Means every language will have some structure, like C programming have some structure, means like documentation section, head section, like that. Basic x86 assembly also having some basic structure, that all things will get covered at this point. Second topic is about stack alignment and stack operations. So in this we are going to discuss about memory operations. Indirectly we are going to deal with memory operations, and we are going to discuss about these registers. These registers are known as general purpose registers. EAX means extended accumulator register, EBX means extended base register, ECX means extended count register, EDX means extended data register. So here EAX means X is nothing but combination of high bit and low bit. So the combination of AL and AH is equal to AX, and combination of BL plus BH equal to BX. Like that, these two registers are mentioned as X in the last letter. So we will discuss them later. Basic programming language in basic programming in x86 assembly. So like we are means we are going to do some programs in C language like hello world. So some of the basic programs will be explained in x86 assembly, and some of the problems will be also get solved using x86, like creating sockets and creating reverse TCP shells. Like that, we are going to do some tricks at this point, and we are going to discuss about some of the basic system calls. These are not system calls, these are Linux system calls, because execve is a Linux system call, I think so. So I don't know whether this system call is existed for Windows or not. Okay, we will discuss it later. And debugging with immunity debugger. Immunity debugger means we will get an idea about memory, at what point the memory is pointing. So like that, we are going to see we are going to debug the program in immunity debugger. Not only for debugging, it can also use it for converting any type of files to x86 language. So in immunity debugger we are having 4 windows, like one is assembly level language, and another window consists of some registers and their addresses, and another register contains stack. Like that, we will discuss it later when the situation comes. So it requires Windows XP environment, because if you do it on your main operating system, it may cause damage to your main operating system. So I will do a video on how to set up Windows XP virtual machine and immunity debugger. I will do a video, I will give it to you, don't worry. And bonus section, I am going to explain additionally about fuzzing. So for these two things only I am additionally explaining x86 assembly for you people, because for doing these two things, x86 assembly is the heart of doing these two things. So fuzzing is nothing but means let us take an example. If a software handles 1000 characters as an user input, so what will happen if we give 10,000 characters as an input to that software? so it will get crashes. So at that time, that phenomenon is called, or the process is called, fuzzing. So if we fuzz the application, then the registers, pointers, or something we will get overflow. So that phenomena is called stack overflow. So about shellcode injection, I think many people is aware about that, because shellcode injection is nothing but, so I think many of you aware of Metasploit. So when we create a payload to a Windows machine, we will if we directly send that payload to the machine, victim's machine, it directly removes it. It means it the Windows Defender will identify it as a threat. But what will happen if we inject the shellcode into an software like DLL files, or anything like some of the exe files, like any video converter, like video converters and some movies, or like anything. So if we inject that shellcode into any type of exe files, then the defender will take so much time to consider it as a threat if we use additional encryption techniques. So this is a Metasploit. It is an interesting thing. So I make sure you people must see these two videos. Before seeing these two videos, you must understand about x86, and you must gain full knowledge about x86, because some of the at some situations we are going to do some miracles in x86 instructions. To understand that miracles, you must learn about or you must have the basic knowledge in x86. So for that thing, I am going to explain x86 language very full-fledgedly. Make sure you need to see these 4 videos perfectly. Okay, these 3 are theoretical videos, but whereas these four videos are particularly practical videos. So I think this series would be so interesting and it will get success. So if you like the series and the way of explanation, so please like and subscribe this video. I think you are going to see subscription goal here. I think you people will fulfill the goal. If any doubts rise related to any videos in my channel, you can come to my Discord channel and ask your doubt freely. I am leaving the Discord invitation link at bottom of this video. You can check it. Happy learning. Have a great day. I think my next video will be within 2 days. I think I will upload another video on 15th. So stay tuned. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe my channel. Have a great day. Happy learning.